Hello guys and welcome to this new video. So today we are going to solve this exercise which is called reverse a doubly linked list. Previously, if you remember or if you followed the playlist, we solved a really similar exercise which asked us to reverse a linked list. So not a doubly linked list but only a linked list. The solution to this exercise is pretty similar to that one, but it's even easier if you think about it, because here we have a doubly linked list and this helps us to change the references. Let me just explain to you what is the input to this problem and the output. So as you can see here, if we have an input, for example, with this linked list, which is as head node, it has 1, and then we have 2, 3, 4, and null because the linked list finishes. And then in output, we have to give the reverse linked list, of course. So our new head node is the last node, so 4, then 3, 2, 1, and null. If you think about it, if you think about how to solve this problem, you may understand that, for example, if we let's make an example to make it clear. So let's consider 2. So in the input version of the linked list, 2 has as previous node 1 and as next node 3. And if you notice the output, so 2 is here, so we have as previous node 3, which was the next node in the input version of the linked list, and as next node it has 1, which was the previous node in the input linked list. We have to think about each node in the linked list like this. Let me just draw it for you. So here we consider our node 2, right? Let me just draw it like this. And each node of a linked list, we can imagine it composed by 3 data blocks, let's say. And here we have the data, so 2. Here we have a reference to the next node, and then another reference to the previous node. And what we need to do to solve this exercise is simply to swap these 2 references. So in the output linked list, we need to swap the next reference with the previous reference, and we will do this for each node in the linked list. Of course, there will be edge cases to consider. The normal edge case to consider is when we have an input, a linked list which is null, or which has, for example, a head which is null, or a head with head.next, so the next node which is null. In this case, we simply return either null or the head node itself. So let me show you how we can implement this idea into coding and solve this exercise. So here we are in the problem page. This is our problem, so it's called reverse the doubly linked list, as I told you. And here is the explanation of the problem and everything you need to know to solve this. So let me just show you the input. The input will be something like this. So we need to consider the linked list. This is our linked list, so 1 linked to 4 and so on. And in output we will give the, let's say, reversed linked list. Sorry, this is not the head node, but this indicates that it's one linked list composed by 4 nodes probably, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So what we need to do here, here's our function we need to complete. And the first case we need to consider is, let's say, if head is null, or if head.next is null, then we will simply return head, right? So because this is the basic edge case. So if head is null, or head.next equals null, then we simply return head, right? So afterwards, if this is not the case, to solve this problem, I just want to declare 2 new nodes. We will use this node as, let's say, as references, as pointers, not references, while we loop through all the linked list. So we'll create a new node called previous node and another node called current node, which we will initialize as head. So I'm gonna copy here. So doubly linked list node, let's call it prev, and we set it to be null in the beginning, and then we have our current, let's call it cur, which is head, right? And now we are going to loop inside our linked list until current is not equal to null. So while current is not null, Then here inside we need to simply swap the two references. There are a lot of algorithms who do this, but it's a simple swap algorithm, so let me just show it to you. So first of all, we need to declare. Let me just save the reference to the next node into a new node, because then we will overwrite the next reference to the actual node. So let's call it next, and this will be current.next. Then we can overwrite this, so we can overwrite current.next, which will become current.prev, and then we'll do the same with the previous, right? So current.prev, we will overwrite it with this node we just created, so with next. Okay, after this we need to update prev and current in order for them to be ready for the next loop. So prev will be current, and current will be next. So when the while loop finishes, we simply need to return prev, because prev is our new current node. And this should work. So let me try to run the code if there are not any mistakes. Okay, this works. I hope the idea was clear. I hope the explanation was clear for you to understand this problem. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want, in the playlist you can find a lot of other videos solving HackerRank problems. I'm just running the code to the other test cases. Okay, it works. And again, thank you for watching, and see you next time.